Red Nation, are we here?
The best show for Chicago sports.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. We got a lot to get to today, man, because the weekend did not go as planned. I spent it with y'all. We got to talk about these Bulls struggles and that awful weekend play. That's tough. We're also going to get into a little bit of Bears draft preview. We're also going to talk all around the NBA playoffs, man. Got to get into what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets. What the heck happened to y'all? What's going on with that? All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live, man. Make sure you guys come through and
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
make sure y'all push that button. We appreciate all of y'all tuning in and rocking with us. Let's go. Yo. For sure. Let go. Come on now. Kill the vibe, kill the music, kill the vibe, kill the music, kill the music, kill the music, kill the music, kill the music. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling today, man? Like I said, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of The Daily Show, man. We are here from 11 to 1 Monday through Friday, so make sure that you guys tune in and rock with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We are the only channel that's talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. And, man, do we got some stuff to talk about this weekend. Good Lord. Did not go as planned at all. Did not go as planned at all. I mean, good Lord. You can't do any worse than getting 30 balled in your own crib twice, right? There's nothing worse than coming out and getting 30 balled in your own crib twice, right? I mean, honestly. But the Bulls found a way to do it. It's actually impressive. Right? Because that means you watched the game tape from game 3, went into game 4 and said, hey, let's not do those things again. And you ran it back. It's actually impressive that they found a way to get blown out back-to-back games at home. And the Bulls now sit down 3-1 in this series. How did they get here? We didn't even do a post-game show after the last one. I'm not going to lie to y'all, bro. That last one broke me a little bit. There was still that hope, right, that you go 2-2. At least make it a competitive series, right? That last one, I didn't have it in me after that. Ooh, Luke kid. What's good with you, my boy?
Presidential suite. I let my Maybach black. You can't call me
Your
Mr.
mic ain't on the right setting.
Say what?
I said your mic ain't on the right setting.
Oh, is it? What it sound like?
You going through your computer?
You a lie.
You sound like Ringo right now, my boy. But yeah, man.
Is this better?
Oh, wow. Yeah, much better and louder. Good Lord. All right. Let me turn you down in the
You can call me Mr. Glock.
Came through real strong on that one, my boy.
You can call me Mr. Glock. I've been listening to that for like 5 days straight.
All right. I don't know what to do with that. Sounds good. Welcome to the show, my boy. How you feeling? Kid
I'm
come
good.
in on the most chill vibe. Just like, hey, it was good.
Hey man, I'm a real chill dude sometimes.
Yeah, you be chilling out here, man. I ain't mad at you.
Real chill dude.
But no, man, getting into the game, man. I mean, we didn't really have a post-game show last night. We had one for game 3. Just really high. We saw a very different defense. We saw a more competitive Bulls team in the first 2 games. What changed in game 3 and 4 when the Bulls came home?
What changed? I'm gonna put it to you this way. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. The Bucks are a better team.
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna take it away from us so it's not so personal. Is Jason Tatum a better player than Kevin Durant? No.
No.
But the way that they scheme for him, the way that the team defense that they play for him, absolutely contains Kevin Durant. So from that aspect, yeah, Jason Tatum looks like a god right now. He's holding KD to a 20-point average, which is still 20 points, by the way. He looks like a god right now. But is it Jason Tatum one-on-one knocking him down, or is it the simple fact that they're making him work so hard as a unit that you're taking someone as good as he is and making him look, not great but good?
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So in reverse, that's what the Bucks are doing to the Bulls. The Bucks individually, like, there's nothing we can do about Giannis. But we knew that. But what's happening is we're so focused on Giannis. Grayson Allen looks like a god right now.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis looks like KG right now.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday was always Drew Holiday, but Drew Holiday you didn't expect Drew Holiday to come in and drop 26 on you. You didn't expect Giannis to have 32, Grayson Allen to have 27, and Drew Holiday to have 26 in the same game. You didn't expect it.
I didn't expect Grayson Allen. Drew, I expect. I know what kind of point guard Drew is, and especially if somebody tells him, hey, go get a bucket because we missing our second option. Drew, I expect. I know Drew can get a bucket. Plus, he's probably got, if we've been real, Drew's probably got, minus maybe, no, Ben Simmons don't have one. Drew's probably got the best post game among point guards in the NBA right now.
At this point, it's okay for us to admit, hey, the Bucks are the better team. And they are.
It's just such a vast difference, right? Like, I think it's different if they're the better team, right? But it's almost like you didn't come out and show any fight in either game. And when they hit you with a punch, you had no response. And not even to the point where, like, hey, these guys are just better than us. But it made your guys worse. You know what I'm saying? Like
I watched that
these
game.
last 2 games, DeMar DeRozan was worse. Zach LaVine actually did a lot of things. Rewatching that game, Zach LaVine
did a lot.
The numbers that you look at, even if the scoring isn't that up there, Zach LaVine was doing a ton in that game, which is hilarious to me. Why it's like y'all can't be watching Zach LaVine and think he doesn't deserve the max. Like, I watch, I'm just like, y'all can't be watching Zach LaVine and think he doesn't deserve the max. This man was literally throwing dime after dime after dime.
Turn me down a little bit.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
But honestly, like, there goes the camera. You having all kind of struggles today.
Dog, I don't know why, because it's
let me get you off the screen. Get it. But no, yeah, there's a lot that the Bulls did well that to me I can take away from that game, right? And he's back.
I sincerely don't know what's going on.
There's a lot that the Bulls did well, right? That you can take away from this series, I should say. Maybe not that game, but this series. But how the Bulls got bullied, not only just in the paint, but on the defensive end, to the point where nobody on this team could do anything. And they allowed the people on this team to do things that you really can't count on to do things, right? Like, you allowed Patrick Williams to knock down those few 3-point shots. You allowed Patrick Williams to get to the bucket and get that little floater and get the putback jam, because Patrick Williams is going to have to put up a heck of a lot of points to beat me. You allowed Kobe White to take those wide open shots. Why? I don't trust that he's going to knock him down. You know what I'm saying? They took away, like, to me, the most egregious thing that we saw from this weekend is the ability the Bucks had. And listen, they are a great defensive team. I don't take anything away from them. But the ability they had to shut down everybody minus Zach LaVine. And it leaves you wondering, like, is the construction of this team wrong? Is the construction of this team off? Is there something more that they need to that just wasn't added to this team, or is their identity off? Right? Like, do they just not know what the heck they're doing in this situation because they've never been here?
The one thing I would say is it's I'm not trying to be a contrarian by any means. I really don't think it's none of that. I don't think it's, them just now getting there and stuff like that. You literally are getting steamrolled by a much better team on different fronts. Put it to you this way. I see a lot of comments that say, hey, we need to attack the paint. Well, let me ask you this. We saw Zach attack the paint. We saw him attack the paint multiple times last night. He got one good foul, right? He got fouled. But most of the time, someone picked up a stat called a block.
Yeah, a clean.
Okay. Zach is not rolling in there dunking on anybody. I want him to be able to, but the reality of it is, once I get past Giannis, if I get past Giannis, I may have to deal with Brooke. I may have to deal with Bobby Portis. Guess what? Guys ain't short.
Yeah.
Right? They clog that paint. They have a good defensive scheme. They are forcing us to shoot. And so guess what? We're not hitting the outside shot. We in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's what's been happening. We've lived and died by that three. On this very show, you all in the chat, me and Pat on the screen, we've talked about how efficient we've been from three. Zach was shooting 40%.
Yeah.
Vooch, everybody loved it when Vooch was knocking him down. They hated when he missed it. Everybody loved DeMar when he was able to get to that shot. Guess what? It's harder for him to get to that shot because they're locking that area down.
Mm-hmm.
It's an excellent game plan. Hey, if you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me from three. And you're not a great three-point shooting team like you think you are. And they are showing that. How do you sit there and blame it? It's just a good game plan. We don't have a bench. Yeah. They have a very deep bench. Grayson Allen is he a starter? He's a bench player.
No, he's a bench player.
He's a bench player, right?
Hey, listen, they're surprised by what they're getting from Grayson right now. And that's how playoff runs go. When you find out, like, what you hoped was going to happen coming into this playoffs did not happen. You hoped that you found out that somebody on your bench is better than what you thought they were. You hoped that Kobe White was going to be better than what you thought he was, right? He's not. He's not. He's not good at the one thing he should be good at. He's not comfortable at the one thing he should be good at.
Again?
Kobe White.
Oh, you notice I ain't mentioned his name at all.
Yeah, no, you hoped that he was going to be better, but in the end,
oh, brother, this guy stinks.
It is what it is. Like, you hoped he was going to take that next step at this moment, like we seen Grayson Allen do. Even if it's only for a series, guess what? Sometimes you only need it for a series. Last season, campaign going off in the playoffs. Before that, Jamal Murray going off in the playoffs.
By the way, put some respect on Grayson Allen's name. And I say this respectfully. I know a lot of Bulls fans going to say, but he did this, he did that. Here's the thing.
I ain't putting respect on his name at all.
I'm gonna put respect on his name because
listen, Bill Laimbeer is a Hall of Famer. I don't have no respect for his name.
I respect that. The reason why I say put some respect on his name is because, what happened, but he came in and he hooped. And at the end of the day, guess what we do? We hoopers.
Yeah,
we're a sports channel. We have to respect hoopers. He came in and hooped. He was like, all right, listen, this happened. I know y'all won't smoke this, that, and the other, but I'm still gonna play my game and you just gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you gotta respect that. You gotta respect anybody that's willing to roll up in your crib after they done did you dirty and be like, what you gonna do about it? And at the end of the day, I have to have respect for that. Because he did something that on a Chicago term, he got busy with us and we ain't do nothing about it.
Didn't do a dang thing about it. And
so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit there and say, oh, he sucks. He do it. No, he put some elite moves on us last night, and he was shooting
not really
open shots.
Not really.
The same wide open shots we was getting. He was knocking his down. How am I
Hey,
be mad at that man?
that's the difference. I'm not gonna say he put elite moves on us. Like he was like,
Dog,
he made one good move. He made one good move when he bumped off who was guarding? Was it Kobe? It might have been Kobe. When he came through strong, bumped him off and hit him with the left. That was an excellent move. I had to give him credit on that.
And tween, he drove left, tween right, came back left, step back, nice jumper. It's not like the moves sound real fundamental, elementary.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one.
The move was real elementary when you like explain it, but it's the speed. Quick drive, back, step back. That you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And you can't say only good move. He's an NBA player.
That you know what though?
Dueling another NBA player.
You know what though? That don't mean like, yeah, he is. But there's a lot of NBA players that we look at and we be like, how'd you get here? Cristiano Felicio came to both home games. We like, how'd you get here? As we welcome into the chat, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stefan Adon in the building.
What's good?
Everybody got the mics coming through strong and crispy today. I like it.
Don't trust Xfinity is the
hey, listen, don't never mess up a possible sponsor out here, my boy.
Hey man.
I gotta man. Hey man, the reason why
don't trust the camera is the moral of the story.
Bro, the minute you be giving compliments about Mud's camera,
that is back.
I don't know what's happening.
Is your camera
cutting out? We all had to go through it, but nah, dog. Reason why you can remember, Grayson Allen came straight through, did what he was supposed to do both games. And he handled his business.
I can respect you on some like you scored and you did a good job offensively, but you're not just gonna get respect from me off rip. We don't roll like that. You made whole moves. Guess what? You still a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna get just, oh yeah, you gotta respect what he did. No, I don't. Hey, and he did it on my team too.
You don't gotta respect it. It happened.
It happened. I ain't got
definitely happened.
Hey, look, Bill Laimbeer played a lot of championship level basketball versus us. I don't respect none of it.
22 and 27.
And the reason I've been off of, I haven't been saying so much about Grayson Allen outside he need to get hit because I do believe he needs to get hit. But I'm gonna tell you the one reason why I've really gotten off of Kobe White. Because at a certain point, I've learned.
Stop it.
At a certain point, I learned. They're gonna show you who you are. Y'all gonna have to believe it.
Yeah.
I told you last season. The man had 2 years in the league, and rookies came in and looked more composed than he did. That's not a development thing. Dog. It's not. Basketball is the one thing where I can sit there and say, hey, you can tell from jump whether someone's gonna have a hard time making that transition.
Mm-hmm.
Cole Anthony didn't have an off season. Cole Anthony didn't have a bunch of stuff. He came in, he looked head and shoulders better than Kobe White. That don't happen by that. That don't happen.
I mean,
I think
I'm just,
and it wasn't just one game. It was multiple rookies that looked better. No. Why? They just knew what to do, where to be.
No,
I think it's gonna take them a couple years.
But you know what? I'll say this. All of them dudes came in behind the 8 ball minus the Billy Donovan guys. Minus the AK guys, I mean. You know what I'm saying? I really do believe that. I don't think that coaching, if you're a great player, which I think Zach LaVine is, and that's why you saw him thrive that way, holds you back. Which is why KD and Kyrie playing awful in the playoffs. I'm not putting the blame on Steve Nash, even though he's definitely going to be the scapegoat.
I gotta give him some
smoke. But he definitely gets some smoke.
He got not some.
He definitely gets some smoke from me. But Mug's trying to put a chunk of the smoke on him, and I'm like, listen,
65% of the smoke.
I got 75, and we can explain that later.
You got 75.
We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm sorry, I've watched KD win with bad coaches.
I have not seen KD win.
I've watched KD go to an NBA Finals with a bad hit.
That don't adjust like that. There's a fundamental adjustment that he could have made, and when he finally made it, we were already down.
Hey, we know what the adjustment is. He just didn't want to do it.
Even with that,
Exactly.
right? Like I think
Hey, kid, we
Zach
here.
LaVine.
We here.
I think Zach LaVine, right, was gonna play well no matter who his head coach was because he was developing into a star. Kobe White didn't have that same benefit. Lauri Markkanen didn't have that same benefit. They were drafted. You would hope they were stars. They were drafted at 7. But realistically, Kobe White's best bet is to be a role player in this NBA. As a role player, a head coach can definitely hold you back, as we saw with Blake Griffin, who's essentially got no playing time and has been relegated to becoming a role player. And now it's like, oh, he can play basketball again. Like, mugs don't just forget how to play ball. But they can be taught
dunk the way he used to. Don't mean
he can't dunk the way he used to. And so it's like, oh, he shouldn't be on the floor. And it's like, no, Blake was doing a lot of things out in Detroit. Like,
Blake was doing a lot of stuff for the Nets this season. This season, Blake had several games where he was hitting that bad boy from
He
deep.
legitimately carried them to the playoffs.
I wouldn't say all that, but
no, he did. He got
relax there, Ringo. Blake Griffin put him on their back like it was the Clippers.
I will say this: Blake had some good games where his presence was absolutely felt, and it was no reason for him not to be in the lineup.
Yeah.
And Steve Nash waited until Game 3, that second half of Game 3, to put him in the lineup, and that was a mistake.
Let's hold that to the second hour. But the reason I say that is like Blake Griffin was held back by Nash Clip. Role players can be held back. So Kobe White's development has definitely been held back. It's definitely been hindered. When you finally think he's got a shot to get good development, he blows his shoulder out. But that does not change the fact that you've had an entire season where not only were you in a position to be successful, you were in a position to be a starter.
Yeah.
You got to start figuring it out. I'm sorry. If it's figuring it out on the fly, sometimes that's what the NBA throws at you. It may not work out here. You might go on to be a great player somewhere else. But at a minimum, you feel like the guys that are under Billy Donovan, that are developing under Billy Donovan, have a bit of a head start above the rest of the players. I've seen Patrick Williams in his rookie year be effective year 1. I've seen Ayo Dosunmu in his rookie year be effective year 1. And now as we go into year 2 of P. Will, now he was hurt, but still effective even in the playoffs, to the point where the guys that we had before, that the leftovers from the Garpax era, they still not making an impact. And so like I can see where like there's a setback where like, yeah, Cole Anthony comes in immediately and kills it. But we think they doing some good things down in Orlando. They still losing, but they young as heck.
I also got smoke for AK, if I'm being honest. I do. Say what you want. Here's the thing. AK is known for his claim to fame is some of the picks that he has, but he's had some bad picks before. He's had some bad picks. There's no GM that doesn't have a bad pick. Let's get that out the gate. There's no GM that doesn't have a bad pick. He has some bad picks. We praise him because, I mean, he has some picks that are freaking legendary. Jokic, stuff like that. I get it. He has some bad picks. And the way this team was constructed, what we needed and stuff like that, I do not see why you don't make it a necessity to bring Boogie here.
I got smoke for that.
Wait, a necessity for what? I'm sorry, I didn't get the last
part. We needed size. We needed somebody who can score and fill in for Vooch. There's no way you sit there and say Tristan Thompson. There's no way, especially the way Tristan is playing. I cannot rock with that. I cannot rock with you. I understand that we're not done and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong. We are better than where we were. But at some point, for one, his acumen as far as getting picks and stuff like that, a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, like this is what you've done. Like this is a very what have you done for me lately league. You want to know how I know? Zach has a bad game, but bet you y'all don't want to give him $205 million. Zach has a good game. All of a sudden, oh yeah, let's give him. Like that's the league we're in. That same thing goes for GMs. You
got to separate the fan base in the league, though.
The same thing goes for GMs.
You got to separate. You got to separate the fan base in the league, and on top of that, right? You also got to realize what team he plays for. AK's not getting fired anytime soon. AK probably will be here.
I don't say he gets fired. I'm just saying that he has to take responsibility for the simple fact that The reason why we're getting exploited by a bigger, longer Bucks team is because he decided to stand back and not get anything done when we needed to have. We've been having the same issue all season.
Yeah.
It ain't new. All season, what have we pointed out? Points in the paint, rebounding. Points in the paint, rebounding.
To me, that's the biggest change.
Hey,
Chris Middleton going out.
I'm gonna
Chris
tell you
Middleton
this, though.
going out for them was the best thing they could have done.
I'm gonna tell you this though. If they would have got Boogie, this is a whole new. This is a different series.
This is a 2-2 series, if you ask me. I'm not gonna.
Oh no. If they would have got because I'm gonna tell you right now, the key different. Mugs want to sit up here and talk about Grayson Allen, giving them all this smoke. Brook is the one. Brook changes legitimately everything. You get Boogie, Brook can't do what he's doing.
Brook ain't even played well the last 2 games though.
But he's long and he tall. He changes directions.
Defensively, he's playing well, but I mean, like the first 2 games, he was putting up 25 on us.
But come on now, is Brook moving like that so bad that Boogie can't stick him?
Why would Boogie stick him? Boogie wouldn't be sticking Brook. You would have to have Boogie sticking Bobby Portis coming off of the bench because Boogie would have been coming off of the bench.
Give me 1 second.
But that whole
I don't disagree either, right? Like I feel like
because you know how we saying like, oh, we can't give Tristan minutes right now because Tristan ain't spacing the floor. I agree. That in the third. But Boogie changes that. I'm not saying that the Bulls is up 2-1 right now or anything, but it's definitely 2-2 because I feel like that give DeMar more space to operate and everything like that, and then you get those lanes to the basket.
If Boogie can knock down shots,
I think Boogie can, but Boogie can.
I think a lot of players on this team can. It's about can they do it. It's about are they doing it though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest difference, right? Game 1 is lost because we couldn't knock down shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, game 2 you win. Guess what? You knock down 49% of your shots. Game 3 you lose in dramatic fashion. You shot 38% from the field. Game 4 you lose. You're in the 30s again from the field. Like, I think Boogie Cousins coming here might make you a little bit tougher, which I think a lot of Bulls fans want, right? But I don't think that it makes you oh my God, now we're tied with the Milwaukee Bucks, right? Because is Boogie Cousins stopping Giannis? Is Boogie Cousins stopping? Like, let's be real. I love Boogie. Boogie ain't the same Boogie from Sacramento no more. Boogie ain't playing defense like that.
We know that.
Boogie ain't playing defense like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not. Boogie's out there for offensive purposes. You know what I mean? Like, he's not playing. Like, he might get a block at the rim. That's the most he's doing right now. And you're not going to back him down. But Brook Lopez taking him off the dribble, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
But this the thing. Taking him off the dribble, it's not like, I mean, but Boogie know that, you feel me? He ain't really got the foot speed to be going out there like that. All Brook got, bro, if he not shooting, he got that dirty punk fake that everybody always jump for.
Yeah.
And then he taking him to the basket and he moving mad slow to the rim. It's not like he can't stay in front of him.
The only thing I think would have given you an advantage of bringing in a guy like Boogie Cousins, or just more so a Boogie Cousins than anybody, but really just somebody who's going to bring you that presence inside, is that with Boogie, right, you know that he knows what's going on in the Bucks organization because he was there.
Right.
But by no stretch of my imagination do I think Boogie Cousins plays a difference. Would I rather have Boogie Cousins than Tristan Thompson? Yeah, I would. But, I mean, at that point, right, we're talking about, can this guy do this? Can this guy do that? That's still ifs. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Y'all know how we get down on this show. And for me, like, what changes? Like, you still need to have a transcendent player. The Bulls don't have a transcendent player right now. Zach LaVine, I believe, can be that player. But
on offensive, it makes them better if Vooch goes to the bench. Brook is not sitting paint if Boogie's in the game.
Why
Because
wouldn't
Boogie
he?
can shoot.
Vooch can shoot. Vooch shot 4 for 8 in the one game we
But
won. Guess what? They living
I'm
with that
saying
though.
though, like
But again,
when you do that, because eventually Vooch need a rest. You got Mug setting paint. That's really not supposed to be setting paint.
but again,
So
right? Like this is the thing. At the end of the day, Giannis is on the other side. That's the difference in this series.
that's true, but
That's the
but
difference
you
in
got to
this series.
think that's taking Brook out the paint to allow for more drives. Now look, I'm not saying that's gonna fix everything, and it's just gonna be a late to the basket every
I don't think
time.
it's taking Brook out the paint. Vooch was open. Brook didn't come out the paint. After game 2, the
Well,
Milwaukee Bucks.
that's because he's shooting 30%. I'm gonna play the
After
percentages.
after game 2, the Milwaukee Bucks made the decision. Even if they knock it down, we're not leaving the paint.
Yeah, no, that's a
And
fact.
guess what?
That's a
That
fact.
decision worked. You go back and watch that game. They don't leave the paint. There's 1 foot in the paint, 1 foot out.
His IQ isn't terrible. His handle got to get better.
His handles definitely got to get better.
I disagree with that. His
But-
IQ isn't terrible. His handles got to get better.
Hey, your IQ can't be that bad. You just dropped 15 assists.
Sorry about that, fellas.
No, you all good. But no,
No,
I
you
just
good, bro.
I just feel like like
Well, I'm really messing with that hat.
when I look at
Thank you.
the construction of the Bulls and what could have been done or what should have been done, right? And we had the discussion in the Discord. By the way, I'm going to drop the link for the Discord in here, man. If you guys want to join up in the Discord.
The Discord busting.
The Discord is busting, man. We getting that mug cracking over here, you know what I'm saying? Having a good time over in the Discord. But here's the thing, right? Like, we talked about it, and we were talking about in the Discord kind of what makes a championship, what makes the Bulls a championship team, how long they have. And kids said they probably don't hold on to P. Will because everybody's got probably 2 years with this. And my retort to that was, and looking at where this team is and the construction of it, there probably is no core if P. Will doesn't develop.
That's a fact.
There is no core if P. Will doesn't develop, right?
If P. Will doesn't develop, why is P. Will considered a core piece?
Let me ask you this. Can you win a championship with the team as it's built?
No, but I'm before you continue on that.
Can you win a championship with how these mugs are built?
I want to go back to what PK said yesterday. I think you left.
Piece?
I think you left for a little minute.
Because for me, right, that's the piece that AK is looking to add with a Zach LaVine, is looking to add with, I mean, I guess Io now, right? For long-term success, for future success, for we're going to win for the next 5-6 years and be competitive, next 7-8 years and be competitive. This is to get competitive now, right? AK wanted to come in and make the Chicago Bulls a destination that people wanted to be around, that people wanted to come to, that people wanted to come play for. And that happens when you bring in DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic because it makes you a playoff level team. But let's be 100% real. When you've seen them versus other playoff level teams, even with a better roster, there's nothing on our team right now that's better than Giannis. And I told y'all, when you look back at the NBA champions and the people that have been in NBA championships, they are transcendent players. Minus Dirk, maybe, but he's still one of the best power forwards in NBA history.
I'm gonna say this.
What are we talking about?
I'm gonna say this. Cause I don't know what it is today, but I'm big up in my brothers. Yesterday you left for I think a little minute. I don't know if you was here, but Kia absolutely had a bar where he said we can say that this team has. What did he say? I think you said we can't have this can't be a championship team because we don't have a championship mentality or something like that.
We can't have win now expectations without a win now roster.
Yeah.
We don't have a win now. We don't have a win now roster. You all, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The 4th overall draft pick in the second year, injury or not, you expect to see more. You want to know why Anthony Edwards, people can say, you know what, man, the Wolves can move off of Cat. Because in the second year, even if he got injured, you still had something to show that he could do more. Wiseman. You know why the Warriors are so freaking tough? Because you know what he can do. He
ain't
very-
did nothing though.
he's done more than P. Will when he was there. When he was there, his contribution to that team was great. And you looked at that, was like, man, now they got an inside game now too. And they got shooters. How the heck did they retool so fast? That was literally the conversation.
That's nice 2 years ago.
Yeah, okay. So here we are 2 years later from drafting P. Will, and we're still saying this. We're still saying he has potential, but you ain't really seen it outside of 1 or 2 games. You ain't really seen it. We're having the same conversation. He has to take the shot. He's hesitating. He has to do this. He has to do that. I don't care if he's missing. Take the shot. I don't care what take the shot.
Nah, I care if he's missing.
Okay, well, listen.
I
You miss
care if
100%
he's
of the
missing,
shots
right?
you don't take. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because
Okay, let me ask this: what do we need?
no wait.
Bigs and shooters.
Hold on.
He's a big who don't get boards and can't shoot.
Lou Dort. Let's go back. Let's go back to the bubble. Let's go back to the bubble. Lou Dort. He was in the game for defensive purposes, just like P. Will. What did Chris Paul tell him to do? Shoot the ball. He couldn't be out there unless he shot the basketball, right? He didn't care if he was missing. He just wanted him to pull it. But that gave him the confidence to do what he's doing right now, and they almost won that series. They almost won that series, but you see now, look, going forward, him, Shea, and Josh Giddey, that's the core. But he don't get there unless he shoot the ball. It don't matter about the misses.
We
He
not
gotta pull it.
OKC. OKC has a bunch of is the youngest team in the league. We're not OKC. You could do that with OKC. You could sit there and ride the development train when you got 1,000 picks and a bunch of young players and you're trying to rebuild. That's not Chicago. In fact, we're on 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. We really are.
No, I was
Lou
just
Dort,
giving,
you know what
I was
happened
just
from Lou
giving him
Dort
an
in
example about shooting the
2019?
ball.
Lou Dort went from 7 points a game to 14 points a game because he kept shooting. His shooting percentage went down, but he kept shooting. Guess what he did his 3rd year? Did it go up or did it go down? It went up because he kept shooting. You can't sit there and say, hey, don't shoot, when the only opportunities he's getting to be productive on the floor are the opportunities they're giving him to do what? Shoot.
He has the opportunity though. With 3 shooters on this team, does
Bro,
P.
you
Will,
playing 90s basketball in 2020.
with 3 shooters on this team, does P. Will?
When P. Will finally gets the rock in that corner, he can't sit there and do the pump fake hesitate. You're open for a reason. Take the shot. You know what's a good analogy? Go back and look at how Giannis, when he gets into that cup, he spins out, he kicks it to the corner. What do those players do? Shoot.
That's great, but at the same time, when
It's great because it works.
When
and
P.
if you
Will,
don't take the shot, you don't keep the offense. How many times have we seen them just leave P. Will over there? I'll live with that. In fact,
and he
I would
shoots those
absolutely
moments.
live with that. I would live with P. Will at that 3-point line, and I'd come back and double on Vooch. You want to know why? Because I ain't worried about him shooting.
And he shoots in those moments. And we saw him shooting those moments in this series.
Yep. All right, Pat.
Did we not?
No. To his credit, he has done it.
Did we
not all the time, but he's done it.
He's passing up a lot of shots.
When he's been
praising him on the 6 shots he do take.
When he's been open,
Pat,
he hasn't shot the ball this
you
season.
can't be part of the core if you're not going to take the shots.
I'm telling you right now.
They literally put that man on ESPN as a matchup for Giannis, and Giannis bumped that man out of his way like he wasn't even there.
Absolutely. He did.
He will does not stop
Giannis. Because Giannis is the best player in the NBA. And he's showing it right now. Like that's not even an argument. The biggest thing that I'm saying right now is that your core that you have, that you think is your core, isn't going to win a championship. Nikola Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine is probably the best piece on that team. And the only way that they even get close to sniffing a championship is if Zach LaVine says, I'm the number one.
Your core is Lonzo Ball, young player. Zach, young player. DeMar, veteran shooting guard. And Vooch. That's your core.
Mhm.
Everyone else is expendable.
And Lonzo Ball has not played a full season in his career yet. So can I count on Lonzo to be there?
Hey, listen.
Right? Listen, like I love
Will's
Lonzo.
been here 2 seasons. He's missed half of it.
Agreed.
I don't. Hey, his contribution, Lonzo's contribution to the team is greater right now. So if you want to make anyone a part of the core, it's the person whose contribution means more to the core.
But what I'm telling you is there probably is no core in realistic moment if P. Will doesn't turn into the player that AK hopes he does.
So what's the core?
There's probably no championship shot if P. Will doesn't become a transcendent player.
So what's the core?
You are banking on P. Will to be a transcendent player. You don't have any aspirations to win in the first goddamn place.
Why do you draft him at 4? Clearly, AK thinks he's more than you think he is.
Okay,
and he won't. And he won't move on.
Mean it was the right decision.
I'm asking a question, and y'all just what going forward? If P. Will develops, I want both of y'all answers. What is the core of the Chicago Bulls?
I already told you what the core was for me.
What's the 3?
Your core is 4. Our starting lineup is our core.
It's 4. Okay,
so our core is done in 2024.
So what's the 4?
What's done in 2024?
Your core is done in 2024. In 2024, Vooch will be 35. DeMar will be 34.
He can't be a core piece. He can't be. If you're talking about a champion, you got
if we talking about a core, your core. That means you have no core.
It's not Vooch. Vooch is already what, 33? That's not.
So that means you're hoping that your core is literally just Lonzo and Zach. Because outside of that,
by 2024, I have to make a decision on whether or not I'm re-signing P. Will.
Yeah, by 2024, you can make that decision. And if P. Will ain't the piece you thought he was, then don't re-sign him. But what I'm telling you is you don't have that transcendent piece right now, especially if Zach LaVine ain't healthy. If Zach LaVine's healthy, you might. I do think he's that level of shooting guard. I do think he comes out and he's able to play that level of basketball. He averaged 19 literally in a series where he couldn't walk.
So, kid,
in my opinion, Ayo is a much better piece to insert into this than P. Will currently.
Kid, what's the 4?
I already told you. My 4 is still Vooch, DeMar, Zach, and Lonzo. That's still that lineup there.
So we done it. So we done it 2024. So the Bulls have blown it up in 2 years.
I don't think he can be Vooch.
You have to get through the next 2 years. Lonzo could re-sign. You're going to sit there. You have to decide on Zach today. I mean, well, not today. You get what I'm saying. You have to decide on Zach now.
Zach's getting re-up. Zach's here.
DeMar, it would be 34. Come on now, 34. Let's not make it seem like he's 40. All right.
Let's not make it seem like he's
Michael
LeBron
Jordan
James.
won a championship at 35. Come on.
Let's not make it seem like he's anywhere near LeBron or Michael Jordan either.
Right now, you're going to tell me he's going to have that steep of a decline that he's not going to be an effective two guard?
I'm just saying. Me personally, I don't think. I think
you've seen fall offs harder than that, quicker than that.
I'm with
you know what? You're giving me a lot of ifs on that end, but you're sitting there like doing a bunch of ifs on P. Will's and you have all this hope for it. But like,
it's not hope. I'm telling you,
the proven statistic is all the players I just mentioned. The proven impact of DeMar is there. The proven impact of Vooch is there. The proven impact of did I say Zach already?
No.
The proven impact of Zach is there. Lonzo absolutely has impact there. Like that's proven. Mm-hmm. Like the only if you have, if it doesn't work out 2024 and after, you realize you talked about a future date, right? Presently, it's not working out for a particular guy because maybe AK, it's very possible, went too high for a guy that didn't give him what he thought he needed.
I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing with you is that you don't have a core. You don't have a team that's going to have long-term success if you feel like you're going to have that with DeMar and Vooch. Yeah, they might win you a lot of games. But do we see them, even if they got out of this round, do we see them getting over the Boston Celtics?
No,
isn't the goal to win a lot of games?
The way Boston playing right now.
Isn't the goal to win a lot of games?
Sure. So you want us to be the Atlanta Hawks? The Atlanta Hawks have had multiple seasons where they've led the NBA in wins. Where they've had the most wins in
the whole starting five made the All-Star team.
Whole starting five made the All-Star team. You know what they did in that second round? 1, 2, 3. Cancun.
No, that
you know why that
You
happened?
know why? Because they came up
their main guard is barely 6 foot. He weighs less than Ringo, and he shoots from half court like he's Steph Curry, and he's not. And in the playoffs, like I've told you this entire time,
how many
you
times?
can game plan for that.
Pick
Kevin
whatever.
Durant is still to me the best player in the league. But if you have a proper game plan, you can shut a lot of that stuff down.
So why did the Atlanta team with Lou Williams and Kyle Korver and all of them lose to LeBron?
Because they was moving the ball. The problem with this team, the problem with this Atlanta Hawk team is that
what does that have to do?
They're not moving the ball.
What I'm saying is, if you have this level of talent, it still has a cap to it. Unless you have that transcendent player, and the last 30 years of the NBA will tell you, you will not win an NBA championship.
But Zach has the opportunity to be that transcendent player. I just watched him play half the season hurt, noticeably hurt.
Yeah, 100%. I said Zach could be.
So,
but is Zach gonna do it by himself? Even Giannis ain't doing it by himself.
DeMar is king of the fourth. You do realize that DeMar is leading the league in fourth quarter points. You don't get that by just being a bum.
Who called him a bum?
But that's not
what I'm saying is you're bringing up all this stuff like you need a transcendent player. Okay, we just established that Zach could be that transcendent player. We just established the simple fact that he does have the help, DeMar. We also established the fact that Vooch, who's the most consistent player this playoffs, can be a very pivotal piece. You have pieces there. Your deficiency is you need a little more size and role players that can shoot the ball.
So if we got
you just need role players that can shoot or are willing to shoot the ball.
So
that doesn't mean you don't have a core. That means you're deficient in an area that people are exploiting. Mm-hmm. That's basketball.
So if we have more size, Zach is healthy, we win this series.
If we had more size,
and Zach is healthy.
A healthy Zach, more size, and
healthy Zach shoots 40%.
Role players that could shoot, yes. I think we have a chance to win this series. I'm not going to sit there and say we're going to beat the defending champs with the second coming of Wilt freaking Chamberlain. Like, I'm not going to sit there and make that statement definitively.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I'm not going to make that the statement definitively. But what I will say is we have a much better chance with more size and role players that can shoot. Yes, we do. That's clear. That's why we're getting beat. P. Will don't solve that for me.
I don't know. I don't feel like you win in this NBA without that level of player. You definitely don't. I mean, there's a lot of guys that don't get to the NBA Finals just because.
What level of player?
The best, top 5. What NBA champion?
Before he got injured, we consider Zach a top 5 shooting guard.
Not top 5 shooting guard, top 5 in the NBA, my boy.
Is Jason Tatum top 5?
Jason Tatum ain't won an NBA championship.
Look like he really primed to be in that conversation.
If he wins one, then guess what? We can start talking about him and being in that top 5 position. But Jason Tatum right now ain't won no NBA championship. Jason Tatum ain't made it out of the ECF yet. You know he lost to? A top 5 player in the NBA.
How about we get to the ECF first?
Hey, because when I said that apparently getting to the ECF takes you don't get credit for that. So
no, you didn't say that. You said he has championship experience.
He don't have.
You're the Eastern Conference champ. That's going. You're the Eastern Conference champ. That's going.
They were not. They were not.
But you're you know what? You got it.
They were not.
They were.
Listen, if he was an Eastern Conference, hey, guess what? Chris Paul is a Western Conference champion. Chris Paul got championship experience because he played in the finals.
Hey man,
you don't have championship experience until you won a championship.
Well, no, you got experience. It might be a bad experience.
No. You have
but
finals
that's all I'm
experience.
saying, though. Like,
You
he
have
got
finals experience. You don't have
Right.
championship experience. You don't have championship experience till you win a championship.
Okay.
Ringo want that ECF to count for something. He said, my Miami Heat team made it to the finals,
Okay.
and we won the ECF.
We got championship
You
experience.
know what the funny
But
thing
at the same
you have
time,
finals experience. You don't have championship experience. You have finals experience.
okay. All right.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not trying to diss you, but I'd be like, there's a big
No,
difference between
I know.
you got there, but you got,
know.
I think, what was it, 4-1?
2.
Oh,
Bro.
okay.
God,
Ooh.
dog. Hey, Jimmy did something we still waiting on Zach to do twice.
You know, like I for anyone who says that, you know who has championship experience then? Charles Barkley. I don't see no ring on that man's finger.
I would say playing in the final. I can see what you're saying. You got finals.
Man,
experience,
I'm just saying, like,
but I would say playing in a championship, like
Penny Hardaway will tell you the finals are different. The finals is a whole different
Did
atmosphere.
you hear how Kenny was talking about playing against them to Shaq?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I've never told y'all this, but we knew y'all was gonna take awful shots, so we just kept letting y'all shoot.
I mean, I know it's a different level just from hearing Charles talk about it when he said, I didn't have because he felt
we gotta
like
get
the
into
reason
that
why they
too.
lost was because he said that he didn't have them ready game one. If he would have had them ready game one out of finals, he felt like they would have won
Because they had confidence behind them.
Yeah. I'll say this.
I believe
too.
that.
I'll say this
believe that part.
before we split here, right? Or not before we split, but before we switch topics here, we're gonna get into a little bit of Bears draft breakdown, and then we gotta talk about these Brooklyn Nets, man. It's wild out here, dog. What's going on with them? But
you just don't want to believe. That's fine.
They got shut down.
Hey, listen. But no, here's a question. Does Charles Barkley have a point when he talks about people riding the bus versus driving the bus? Even though some of those people do have rings that he's referring to, Charles Barkley was the clear-cut number one leader of the Phoenix Suns. Whereas, while Kevin Durant may have been the best player on that team, Kevin Durant's definitely riding the bus. Like he was not the leader of the Golden State Warriors. He wasn't the main piece that made it go, right? Like if KD went down, we was still like, if Klay's healthy, they still win that championship. Klay being healthy, they still beat Toronto. That was such a big losing. Like they were still beating Toronto, wasn't they, until Klay went down?
Yeah, they had a chance.
They were still beating Toronto.
They were going back and forth.
Yeah. I think that because they already had the championship experience, like for me, right? Like Steph is the leader of that. And then everybody kind of funnels in around him, and Draymond might actually be the vocal leader of that team. But like, hey, you can look at the numbers and see that Kevin Durant's the best player on that team, right? Like the best player for me, the best player is not always the leader. The best player is the best player, at least in today's NBA. I guess I would say that.
You know what? I love the fact that Charles spoke on it, and I think you have to really give credit. It's very nuanced. Kevin Durant was the best player in that series,
100%,
and
came back on one leg. Dropped. What did he drop? 12 in 8 minutes.
Drop 12 points in 9 minutes.
KD was the best player. You are a legendary talent when legends defer to you. And that's what he did. He made legends defer to him. Yes. Now, here's a reality that no one wants to deal with. The Cleveland Cavaliers were just as good. They were. You want to know how we know they were just as good? They came back 3-1. Like, no matter what you sit there and say about 73-9 and all that stuff, none of that crap matters. Get that out your head. Because if they were head and shoulders better than anyone else,
series, was he? KD
No.
wasn't in that series, was he?
What I'm saying is
that was the year before.
People vilify KD for going there because they won 73, wins and stuff like that. But no one sits there and looks at the opponent. No one gives credit to the opponent. No one gives credit to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who had two legendary people. There was a game where Kyrie and LeBron dropped 82 points, 41 apiece.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to sit there and like give them credit. LeBron was absolutely the best player on that floor for a time, and then it was Kyrie. Kyrie was better than Steph and better than Clay in that series. You have to go back and look and take off the rose-colored glasses. It's not me being a Kyrie fan. I'm a Kyrie fan because of that series, if I'm being honest. Because of that series, and you saw what LeBron needed, and you literally saw LeBron go out gassed, and Kyrie was like, "Oh, I got this," and goes off. Take your bias away and watch the game. Stop looking at the people and watch the game. That Cleveland Cavaliers team was better than the 73-9.
They were
Cavs.
great. They were great because
they were better.
But Clay got hurt, right?
Who got hurt?
Got suspended.
The series that he's talking about, that's when Draymond got suspended. Draymond on that year was when I say a different level.
That dude,
like that year, Draymond was just different. It was
that's
Draymond
one game. You mean to tell me that one game means that you dropped two other additional games?
No, I feel like it was
at home. I
thought they lost somebody in that series.
They lost Draymond.
They lost Draymond.
They lost Draymond again.
No, they lost Draymond. Oh, and they lost Bogut.
Andrew Bogut got hurt.
They lost
and
Bogut.
They lost Draymond. Here's the thing: they lost Bogut. They still won games. They still won the games without Andrew Bogut.
Yeah.
They lost Draymond and they lost. They wasn't a blowout.
Dre hurt his back.
Dre kicked somebody.
Dre rose up under LeBron.
Andre Iguodala, he hurt his back.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff happened, but guess what? You still up 3-1.
It don't matter. It's still a ring. Yeah, you up 3-1.
You still up 3-1. I have to beat you 3 times in a row.
Oh no, yeah, no.
So you mean to tell me if I beat you 3 times in a row that I'm not better than you? That team was better. That was a better team. If you look at that season, the team that had the record for most threes in the game was not the Warriors. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
They had shooters. They had shooters around LeBron, and they had somebody who could sit there and take up a score. So what?
I said we be going down these rabbit holes. This didn't answer the question.
So here's the point. The point of it is KD wasn't a bus rider. KD came there and absolutely put them in a totally different league. It wasn't a bus rider. I don't agree with KD being a bus rider. By no means do I agree with that. But does he have a point where there's a different pressure with someone who drives that bus as opposed to someone else? Absolutely. When people make that stupid argument that Robert Horry should be in the same conversation as Michael Jordan, what? Just because he has 7 freaking rings. I don't care how many rings. I don't care.
That's a rider.
he's a bus rider.
Big rider.
Oh, was Kareem a bus rider when he had Magic and what's the name next to him? Was Larry Bird a bus rider when he had 3 other Hall of Famers when he had there?
I wouldn't say that KD was ever a bus rider because he's the clear-cut player of that team. But I think Charles was going more like when you got the pressure on your show. Like if they lose that right, does that then turn on KD and say, oh, you lost with the best team? Or does that then turn on the Warriors as a whole and say y'all added this piece and y'all still lost? Right? Because they instantly became the villain of the NBA.
I don't care if you won 10 chips before I got there. If a team comes out and beats me from a 3-1 lead in the finals, they were the better team. And guess what? They were. And you want to know how we know that they were? Because they got back to the finals the next year.
Lost.
They lost.
Who was
They lost, but you can't tell me there was any other team outside of the Cleveland Cavaliers that could even compete with
I'll say
besides
this,
Houston, and Houston smoked it.
The one thing about that I think that changes that is I don't remember who was healthy. It's been so long. But I feel like there was one more injury. Like somebody was hurt. That was a pivotal piece on that team. Who? Draymond? You said Draymond hurt his back?
I said Dre got hurt, Draymond got hurt, Bogut got hurt, and then Draymond hurt his back. I mean, not Draymond, but Andre hurt his back.
Iggy hurt his back. Bogut got hurt. Draymond got suspended for 1 game. Nothing else happened to Draymond but him getting suspended for one game.
After that, but those was
Game 5, he
those
got
their
suspended.
core.
Yeah,
Those was their core pieces, though.
because he
You
stood
talking
up
about core
underneath.
pieces?
He stood up underneath LeBron, which was the weakest suspension.
It was the weakest suspension.
It's like Draymond has done some wild stuff in this NBA, dog. Y'all gonna suspend him for that?
You know who's a bus rider who walk around like he did everything? Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen says he was a no.
I don't agree. I don't agree with Scottie.
Greatest.
I don't agree with Scottie for a lot of the stuff he say, but I'll never call Scottie Pippen a bus rider because Scottie Pippen leads almost every statistical category in the playoffs with Mike besides scoring. Steals, blocks.
He don't lead steals. Mike leads steals.
He definitely leads steals in the playoffs over Jordan. Not like all time, but
So y'all heard what he said, right? I'm just.
I don't. It's always something new with Scottie Pippen. I ain't listening no more, dog. I'm remembering Scottie where he was. I'm not moving on to new Scottie, bro.
Scottie swear he was better than Jordan. I swear
Scottie with the drip in his head. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is the thing.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie.
I do want to see though, because you know they went 1-on-1. Was Jordan killing him? We never hear that. We never hear like, hey, Jordan, no, like none of the teammates come out and be like, no, Jordan was killing this mug in practice. What if it come out like Horace Grant get pissed and he be like, I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't never seen Jordan beat Scottie 1-on-1.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Let me ask you this. This is a big question.
Hey, it would be hilarious.
No, they played against each other when he was in Washington and he was in Portland. Scottie won.
When he was in Washington and he was in Portland. When Jordan was in Washington.
Yeah, Scottie won.
Scottie had a better team too.
He did have a better team.
Scottie had a better team, bro. Like, you can't compare them two.
First of all, I'm completely joking. I'm just going based on the fact that Scottie Pippen is out here saying he was the greatest of all time. Like that's a bus rider for you right there. No, I don't. I just made the analogy that Kareem wasn't a bus driver with Magic. Like, like I'm clearly joking on that one.
There can be.
Top news for the weekend. It's only Monday.
Hey, I think there can be multiple, right? There can be multiple.
Kenny was a bus rider.
Kenny was a bus rider.
Kenny was a bus rider.
Kenny, he really was. You know what I'm saying? Like there can be multiple bus drivers in the situation. And Kenny was absolutely a bus rider. Kenny was a nice player. He was a very good role player. And Kenny Smith, honestly, was the one that was like, yeah, it's easy to get assists when you say give it to Hakeem. But he was the one that, like back then in the 90s, point guards made the offense go. So Kenny had to know everything that the coach knew. But when what the coach know is get the ball to Hakeem, you goddamn right. You know what Penny problem was? His idea was, let me shoot this mug.
Grayson Allen, if they get a ring, bus rider.
Bus rider, for sure.
Bus rider, right? He put it on us. Bus rider. Like, yeah.
Hey, listen. I love Bobby Portis.
Bus rider.
He's on the back seat.
I think he's in the middle.
That was.
I think he's in the middle of the bus next to the door.
Nah. Because this the thing. You know, it was the most fun in the back seat.
Nah,
the back of the bus.
The back of the bus always dope.
Back of the bus was lit.
I didn't sit all the way in the back because I wanted to be by the door in case smoke went down.
The back of the bus was the best door.
The door in the middle.
Oh, y'all was on the side?
I stood by the door.
See, y'all
I'm talking about CTA buses, not school buses.
Oh, yeah, well.
We didn't really do school buses. I had to take CTA to school.
You know what?
Yeah, that's very different.
I was thinking we was talking school bus. I ain't gonna lie to you. Are we talking CTA bus then? We talking regular bus here?
Hey, CTA bus. I got Bobby Portis guarding the back door.
Bobby Portis just standing there. Bobby Portis the type of dude, he don't sit down on the ride either. He just stand there and let the bus keep driving.
Sit down.
But he's not holding nothing. He just got the balance because he's training. Hey man, let's pay some bills.
Hey bro, you good? Yeah.
Brooke Lopez,
right. Hey, the dude that's just standing next to you when there's a seat right there, but he just standing right here, just like, you good, my guy?
Hey, you need passengers on the bus. Let's not get it confused. You need passengers on the bus.
Hey,
but not everybody can drive this mug. That's all I'm saying.
How the bus gonna make money, man? And not everybody can drive it though. Yeah, I'm saying we know who's driving it. He's taking that mug straight to Greece. Hey man, let's pay some bills on this mug, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. If y'all could for me, make sure that y'all
push the button. Come on, push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push that button, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Before we get into a little bit of Bears talk, we got to tell you guys about Blue Chew. Let me get the music crowd. Oh, came through saucy right there. I like that one. Hey, it's time to dig yourself out of that winter hibernation. Spring is here, and it's time to get sprung with Blue Chew. That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life. It also can help you in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, and the process is very simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with our licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And here's the thing. Tablets are made in the US of A, and they're prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. So don't nobody know nothing, you know what I'm saying? So if you can benefit from a little bit of extra confidence in the bedroom when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special offer for our listeners today. Try Blue Chew free with the promo code Windy City at checkout and just pay $5 in shipping. Again, try Blue Chew free with the promo code Windy City and just pay $5 in shipping. Go to bluechew.com for more details and more important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? A little saucy on that one?
Hey,
Little
man, listen,
saucy?
I'm going to tell you this. That music right there, I don't know if we were going softcore or not. I didn't know what was happening. that music right there was different.
Hey, man, come on now. Come on now. It is what it is. Bruce wilding in the comments, dog. Hey, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, man, we appreciate all the love that you guys show to the channel, man. We're going to get into a little bit of Chicago Bears draft preview because the draft is Friday, and we've kind of talked about what we want the Bears to go after. And looking at some of the pieces, y'all know I'm going to have a ton of draft breakdown coming out this week. We look at some of these players that are on the field and stuff like that, man. And Bears have the 39th pick, the 48th pick in the second round. And you would look for them to get pivotal pieces there. And it would seem like, right, they're going to try to here's the problem. They've got like 59 guys signed. By the way, Byron Pringle's doing donuts in the parking lot, so he's in jail right now.
Is he really?
Yeah. You didn't see that news drop last night?
Yeah, bro, that was like
he was doing donuts in a parking lot in Florida, so he's in jail right now. Hopefully he gets out, man. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't mad at a jailbird on my team as long as he can play. I love gridiron game. It is what it is. But here's my question to y'all.
Wow.
As we get here, right? They have to sign a bunch of people, and they're probably gonna need a lot more young talent to get this thing moving forward because they're gonna sign like the older vets, of course, to get them in training camp and stuff like that. But is it a better position for the Bears if they stockpile picks and try to find their glue guys this season, and when they have their full slate of picks, go for their star next season?
I like the
trading back in the draft.
I hear a lot of teams are trying to trade down. So like there's some teams with higher picks that are trying to trade down. If I'm the Bears, considering what we need, I would try to negotiate up. Some of the best receivers I know, I don't expect them to be there by 39. I just don't. And I think we need one of them.
The best, no, but there's a lot of wide receiver depth in this draft, dog. I'm talking about, I'm looking at Sky Moore. Sky Moore might go in the 4th round, dog, the way he's dropping.
Really? Why is he dropping?
Hey, listen,
because he's small. He's small. Darnell Mooney size.
Look,
who we got in the 5th round.
It's only out of all the receivers, Baki centers. It's only George Pickens and Sky Moore. It's nobody else. Everybody else.
George is going to go 1st round. I don't think George is. I think we've hyped up George too much. I think the world is hyped
him up too much for him to go 2nd.
George, I don't know if George is going 1st round or not, but it's George Pickens and Sky Moore. Yeah. Everybody else he said Y'all gotta stop sending mugs that's getting clean,
Hey,
free
listen.
releases
Hey,
off of these no-name DBs.
hey,
He not cold. They just letting them through. He not
Hey.
cold. Like,
this is the thing that I will say, dog. As I've been doing like the draft reviews and draft breakdowns and stuff like that, man. The funniest thing in the world is when they send me those players, and I don't know. Y'all know I don't watch college football, so I don't know none of these bugs. But then you just see him like in coverage, and you just like, there's no way he's making the NFL.
fam, they sent us a dude from like some bro. It wasn't none of the major four conferences. It wasn't even a SWAC. So I'm like,
the steal in the draft for me is Traylon Burks. I don't know if he falls to the second round.
He might be.
But he's been dropping because of a lot of the same things as DK Metcalf, which is somebody everybody wants the Bears to go trade for. And I'm like, dog, there's multiple dudes in this draft that fit the bill. But Traylon Burks to me, absolutely is not a great route runner. He's huge. He's got an amazing catch radius, and he's got great hands. Which is the one thing to me about DK where I'm like, if you get that ball in there, he got it. But you got to get that ball in there. So it puts a lot more on Justin.
I would get him though for that reason.
Fast?
I need a
see that video.
He a 4.5. He runs a 4.5. Same as what's my boy DeAndre Hopkins? DeAndre Hopkins.
So what about the feet though?
I love this is my favorite thing, right? With Muggs be like, hey, I have Muggs in the comments like, bro, he's so slow. And I was like, he runs a 4.5. Like, yeah, you could do faster than that. And I'm like, a 4.5 40? Like that's not slow. That's just not the fastest in the NFL. Like, what are we talking about?
Like everybody can't do 4.24 or 4.3. Like,
I'm gonna tell y'all what
y'all know that's a tenth of a second though, right?
Right, crazy, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest though. I'm gonna be honest, right?
And he's 6'3". All the dudes that are running like the 4.3s are like 5'10", 5'11".
Have you ever seen a race judged by a tenth of a second?
DK is an anomaly, bro.
DK does run it. He's sub 4.4, right?
Who, DK?
DK sub 4.4, right?
No, I thought he was.
Hold on, I got it.
I thought DK was sub.
He's like, I thought he was 4.43.
Because remember he was fast enough that Muzz were like, no, you could run in the Olympics, and he tried it out and got smoked, but he also wasn't training.
4.33.
Yeah, 4.3. Yeah, he's sub 4.4. Yeah, that's what makes DK freaky.
Hey, listen.
Like, and this is the thing.
I'm gonna send them both second round. I'm gonna send them both second round draft picks for him.
But
I would get DK. Thing. I really would.
They for 2 second rounders, you ain't getting him. they ain't sending him for no 2 second rounders.
He ain't broke 1,000 yards.
I mean,
I don't think he's ever broken 1,000 yards. He's gotten close.
DK?
DK?
No, he had one season of above 1,000.
DK broke like
season.
What?
1,200, 1,300 yards, bro.
What?
He has one season over 1,000 yards.
No, we can't do that.
He might only have one season over 1,000.
Steph, I'm not lying to you. He has one season above 1,000 yards.
You looked it up. I swear I looked it up. Hey,
but it carries over because he had like
but them yards per catch though.
Look it up. Look it up on screen. Put it on screen. He has a 900-yard season. I think he has an 800-yard season. I think he has a 1,200-yard season.
I think you're right. But even with that, right? Like, I feel like
he ain't giving me Tyreek.
But dog,
he has 900. He played 14 of 16 games. He has a 1,300-yard season. He played 14 of 16 games, and then he has a 967-yard season. He had Geno Smith.
We're talking about what? 34 yards off of 1,000 and 100 yards off of 1,000. I'm still getting.
Yeah, but all the receivers that got the big payday and got all the major they have like 13 and above consistently.
Yeah.
Hey, that's called scheme, and we know what Pete Carroll out there doing.
Listen, that may be true, but it absolutely affects a player's
it's a Fendi fact.
Listen. Russ throwing a lot of touchdowns for us to be slandering Pete Carroll's offense.
He thought
Russ absolutely got traded to Denver for the bag.
Russ throwing a lot of touchdowns for you to be slandering Pete Carroll's offense.
He threw a lot of touchdowns to get 4 wins. And them touchdowns was to lock it.
They definitely beat a Lockett. I'll give you that one. They definitely beat a Lockett. But you know what? This is the thing, right? For me,
So
right?
why would we not want to trade for the guy who he ain't throwing to?
No, because
It's not that he's
right,
not doing it. He's not looking for him.
The thing for me, there's two things for me when it
You
comes.
really think that, huh?
No, he's definitely going to Lockett on third down, 100%. When you look at it, because DK gets they usually because
all I'm saying is you just dropping that stock, and all I'm like say, listen, hey Pete, I know you in rebuild mode. This is a deep receiver class. I need something. I need somebody to get my boy out right now. Go ahead and take these two. I send you somebody else.
I will say I do like the mentality on that, right? Like if you could get DK for a second round, but the problem is, right, you're paying DK like a one. Now you're taking on paying DK like he's the number one. And yeah, he had the 1,300-yard season, but there's a lot of times where DK absolutely gets shut down. It's usually in zone defense. Like DK has those games where like if I'm going to lock it, DK's open. I'm gonna throw you this out route real quick, and then DK's like, "Oh, they got a 5'7" cornerback on me. Get off me!" And then he take off for like 70 yards. You know what I'm saying? So like it's an up and down. It's a give and take. I'm not mad at it, but there's two things for me, right? One, you got to pay DK as a number one. Where in that situation, you're trying to set the Bears up in the same situation. So Darnell would be your number one because he fits a lot of the same things that Tyler Lockett does.
How much is a one getting paid?
I would.
You probably have to pay him what market value is right now. A little bit below Tyreek, a little bit below what's his name paid? Got paid DeAndre or
Christian Kirk.
No. Well, Christian, no, he got the bag. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. What Devontae Adams got?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You're probably paying him whatever the step below that is. So what's that? 18?
Oh, I pay him 18. I pay DK 18. Come on, man. Come on. Don't make me come on.
The other thing for me is I think you can find that. I think you can find it. When is the last draft where we didn't find a next level wide receiver? Our last 3 drafts, we found Justin Jefferson. Not the Bears. I'm just talking about the NFL, right? Like Justin Jefferson, freaking
first rounder.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's been right, and even outside of that, right? Like, we found Darnell Mooney in the 5th.
That's Darnell Mooney, though. We not even sure.
Listen, but we found him in the 5th, and ain't nobody talking about him being WR1.
Who?
Nobody's
absolutely going into this.
No one's calling him.
That's the Bears. We ain't been able to trust them. They just got a new regime.
Hey, listen. Forget if you trust anybody. Justin Fields said that's WR1 because he the only one that came down there working.
I hear everything you're saying, my boy. I'm not against you. All I'm saying is I got 2 picks on some maybes, and I got somebody who I know can go get it, who's freakishly tall, freakishly fast, and can absolutely be that receiver that hits me out of them tight situations. Man, go ahead and take these 2 picks.
What else you want, so much, right? You need so much.
That's
the biggest problem. That's why I said, should the Bears trade back in the draft, right? Because next year you do have a first-round pick. You're thinking this year, you're hoping this year that, like, you're playing better. But
I'm all like the Rams. F these picks, dog. Go ahead, give me this receiver.
The Rams in a very different situation. You know why the Rams can say F these picks? Because they drafted well already.
Hey, listen, I got you. I'm with you. But I'm going to tell you this right now. That man's available. They in rebuild mode. If I don't hear them even think about tossing them 2 picks right there and talking about paying them, we got 147 million freed up next year. Man, pay that. You know what I mean? Get these picks and pay that man his money.
Hey, man.
Stop playing with me, man.
They need to do it.
I want Justin to have the biggest targets in the world to throw to. I want this man to succeed.
I want him. I definitely want him to have bigger targets. Because like you brought, like the biggest targets you brought in was what? Equinemius St. Brown. You could get him the heck out of here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Solid 56% catch radius, or 56% receivers.
Y'all happy about Pringle? That man in jail for doing donuts. Man, come on.
Hey, but you know what,
that man over here, dog.
No, the reason I'm excited about Byron Pringle. Hey, look, first off, listen, little jail time ain't never messed nobody up in the NFL. Come on now, let's stop playing.
You might as well go get AB now. Like, come on, dog. Like, nah, hell.
Hey, look. Nah.
Hey, AB
finna get the bag.
You shook your head like you was with it. No,
AB finna get the bag.
What you talking about?
AB finna get the bag.
He ain't finna get it back from us.
No, not from us. No,
he better not get it back from us. Hey, listen, AB hit this team right now. Boy, I'm done. I'm done. I was like, y'all just want this to blow up, huh? I bet. I can't do it.
That'd be
I
hilarious.
can't do it. I can't do it.
But no, honestly, like to
Kanye
me,
would be at
right,
the games.
I could see the Bears trading back in this draft and trying to get their glue guys. Because right now you don't have none. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have that guy that's gonna be like, hey, he's gonna come in here and he's gonna just get the job done. Or he's gonna come in here and he's going to do his job well. Like, you got Justin Jones, that's kind of a glue guy, but you need more of them. You need more glue guys on the team than you need superstars. So for me, right, I think you could do well this season. I don't think you win the Super Bowl this season anyway. It surprised the heck out of me. But I think you could do well this season if you got some pieces that you could put in there and be like, that's a piece that does his job really well, and he'll do his job really well for the next 8 years. And then when you have a first round pick next year, yeah, swing for the fences. What's the wide receiver class for 2023 look like? Like, I don't know. I ain't even started looking at it, Ringo. Like, who's the go-to there?
I can't tell you. They started the spring game, so I can't really tell you until they come out with like the actual rosters.
Y'all listen, this season I'm cruising.
I can't
no
even do it.
expectation.
But this is what I will say though. This is what I will say, and
Brandon Ennis. Hey, he got a heck of a name. His name is Brandon Ennis.
Pat, I'm say this real quick, and you go to it.
This is what I'm sticking to all season. The Bears have to go out and find Justin weapons. If this season is based off Justin, I'm going to get the weapons now because of the simple fact I can't go into year 3, which is the prove it year for the coach, and it's also the prove it year for the quarterback, and say, now we officially have weapons. Let's see what you can do. Because then if it's bad, you're trash, and we're back at square one. I can't knowingly do that.
Well, you back at square one if you don't believe in Justin, right? Which new GM, new regime, new whole thing could be that for real.
Yes, and
that's why I'm saying you go get him some big targets.
I'm trading I'm exhausting every avenue to make sure I'm putting Justin in the best possible spot. Because what you're doing is you're giving me Byron Pringle, Equianius St. Brown.
We can't even pronounce it. But
nobody know how to say his first name.
Hey, look, I tried.
Hey, we gonna call him.
And then after that, you EQ Mooney and saying just run out here with this, and everything is a question mark. So I'm with Kid. I'm with Kid. Kid is right in what he's saying. They need to be proactive because if this season is about Justin, this draft is going to prove that you're about Justin by going to get what you say he needs.
If not, you might as well go get Baker Mayfield then.
Hey, bro, bring Baker.
Bro, you might as well if you ain't gonna sit there and put. Why are you holding on to these picks when you in a prove it year?
No, get
that man his target, or go get him the receivers that he's comfortable with. Give him every opportunity to succeed from the offensive end, so you can sit there and see if you're gonna throw him the bag. Because in third year, if you ain't re-up, you're gonna have a Kyler Murray situation, and he ain't Kyler Murray caliber yet.
But here's the thing. Based on how they building this team, and from what I'm looking at with the roster, it looks more like we finna actually finally be a run heavy team. Using Justin sparingly. If you see that all season,
bro, no,
but it works. Fine. But it works, and you going into year 3 with that. What do you do?
So they're gonna play him the same way that Nagy played Trubisky in 2019, then, huh? We're gonna run heavy. We're gonna use you sparingly.
What are you talking about?
Like, let that boy go.
Matt Nagy didn't run heavy, never.
You right.
Matt Nagy ran the T formation.
You right. That's on me. You right. That's on me. That's on me.
I'm like, we remembering the same Nagy? Not Eberflus.
I was thinking Bears. You know what I was trying to say? I was thinking Debo Samuel situation.
You know what though? Think more like
I was thinking San Fran.
Think how they did with. See, it's tough to say even with that, right? Like, I feel like they building a team run heavy, but like, I don't know how Luke Getsy's gonna run it because, like, the Packers were very balanced. So maybe it is that, but even in that situation, right? If the Bears are winning, Justin's the quarterback of it. Justin's not playing poorly. He's definitely taking steps in the right direction. But maybe in year 2, he's not Kyler Murray.
So he Baker.
And you heading into year 3. So not Baker, because I think Baker was always that dude.
Baker had 3,700 yards.
Year 2? Not year 2.
Yeah.
Year 2
Year
he was
3,
killing. But what I'm saying is
Baker had 3,700 to 3,900 yards.
But what I'm saying is he throws the ball 20 to 24 times.
Yeah. You know what? Kirk Cousins.
3,500. He had 3,800 his third
3,800 was third year, right? And that was his.
No. I said it wrong. My fault. I read it wrong. His second year, he had 3,800 yards. He was just a 1-to-1 ratio on turnovers.
Yeah, let's not do that.
But
no, like that's what I'm saying. Like, say Justin this season, say he has his 20 Baker's 2020 season, right? 3,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He looks competent. He can play well, but you just don't have that huge target where he can go downfield and just kill you with it, right? So you're working with what you have this season. Are you going into year 3 thinking we're not re-signing Justin Fields?
No,
he has a similar season to Trubisky's second year. No, I'm not talking
Trubisky's
about
second year. Yeah.
No.
If you give me the 3,500 or whatever you was talking about, then yeah,
that's
like
Trubisky's second year. What Trubisky in with? 3,600?
He had 3,300.
3,300.
24 and 12.
Yeah. 3,300 is a little low. I ain't gonna lie to you. He give me 3,300. I'm gonna look at you.
One game.
Yeah, but you missed out. The reason why I'm with Kid is because you missed out on a DK Metcalf who is how old is DK?
Man, DK young.
This is the thing. DK's young. He's only been in the league 4 years. This will be his year 4.
This will be his 4th year.
This will be his 4th year. But here's the thing.
No. If you tell me we got Justin, we traded up to play Justin Fields like a game manager, I'm done.
Yeah, dog.
Listen,
DK is 24. So you pass on DK, somebody else grab him, and then after that, you probably looking at another free agent class that's probably 30 to 31.
I miss football.
Philip,
I'm not saying still trying to prove that they can play, but still got some gas left in the tank. Nah. I'm gonna need that surefire third down dude like you was talking about.
Third
down dude.
Here's the thing.
That bad boy out. I need to see him slinging that field.
I just think
tear it out.
Tear it out.
Oh God, we flipping tables and everything. Y'all don't understand. I want to see that boy succeed. He's gonna succeed if I'm letting him run and play his game. His game is airing it out. Let that boy pass. Get that man some target. Let him throw.
Here's the only question that I have with one, like I try to speak in realistics. Like I don't think there's realistically a possibility that the Bears get these.
Pat, you open.
Rico,
hey, listen, I don't care. I want him to. Just like I want P. Will to shoot, I want Justin Fields to sit there and sling that pill.
Kid don't care about actual production. He just want to see you make the motion. Biscuit, we knew nothing about that play, but we just knew Trubisky threw it 40 yards.
I threw that. No. I knew that bad boy was in the air, and I knew his receiver had.
But you didn't know if there was a wide receiver down there. You didn't know if there was a DB.
I had full confidence that Biscuit was gonna make that throw, and he did. Javon Williams dropped it. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, he should have been cut the second he dropped that play, bro.
Second it hit the ground, he should have got pulled. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to about me. I ride for our team. I do. But when they stink, I have to tell you they gotta go. I saw him being held back, and I was like, hey, if they let him go,
legitimately, he'll give you 2 games. You go 2 games and you play bad, you out of there. It's over.
He about to be a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Hey, for sure. I fully expect to see a Steelers jersey in this mug soon.
You know what I am for Biscuits though? I just want him to have the opportunity.
I want him to play well.
I just want him to have the opportunity to see if he got it, just for his own sake. If he don't got it, he don't got it. But have the opportunity. Don't allow your whole narrative to be decided by somebody else's effort like that. I don't like that. I'm always a down your own sword type of person. Like if I get fired, whatever the case is, it's because I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's because I couldn't do it. What's up?
Alex Caruso will be in concussion protocol. His status for Game 5 is questionable.
Ain't no question. They got to play in 2 days. Concussion protocol is like 5.
I don't
He
know
ain't
what
gonna be
it
there.
is.
He not gonna be there. It's over.
He says unsure of status for Game 5. I love all the mugs in the comments. Just sit him. Come back next year, please, God. Just sit him. And there's all these pictures that I gotta share the comments here real quick, dog. That does suck though. I mean, that's probably it. That's probably it. Hold on, look at the comments. Though. It's just pictures of DeMar with his face down. Oh, no. Sister Serious to Chicago.
That's real pain right there, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Man, he came through the roof on that one. All right, we good. That's tough. Though. That does suck.
Hey, I would say this though. It's been fun, y'all. Let's get back to this Bears thing because if 1, 2, 3 can't pull over here, you know. Let's be honest. Do you really want to battle through this series to know that you still not gonna win?
Yes.
I don't. I want Zach to go ahead and get surgery because I know.
Hey, just don't get blown out this last game, though. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let me tell you why. Because
I don't need no consolation prize.
No, it's not even that, right? But if I know that there's some fight and because somebody's gonna have to step up, right? Caruso's not there. Ayo Dosunmu's now starting at point guard. Somebody's gonna have to step up. Ayo, P. Will. Like if you get to a Game 7, you're only getting to a Game 7 if we see somebody that we didn't think was gonna step up.
I want Zach to go get surgery as soon as possible. Hey, Zach, guess what, dog? I believe you. I believe you can hoop. I believe you got it. I believe you just, hey, go mail it in, dog. You ain't got nothing to prove to me. And for whatever that's worth.
Hey,
whatever that's worth, you ain't got nothing to prove to me. Zach, I know Zach is gonna get the bag. He's gonna be here, and I've said it all season. I wanted this to be his year. Next year is gonna be his year. I'm cool. We got to the playoffs. I saw what we got. We not good enough. That's cool. I know now. I know. It took me 4 games, but I know now.
This is the thing, right?
Cool.
And it would suck losing in that situation, but I'll tell y'all this. All the mugs in the comments is like, why would you want that? Why would you want that? Why would you want that? What's your favorite Derrick Rose series?
The one where he didn't get injured.
The one versus Boston. It's our favorite series. We knew we didn't have a chance going into that Game 7. We knew.
You also didn't have a chance.
I knew going into that. We were driving on our way to Kentucky, and they were talking about it on the radio, and I was listening to it, and I was like, y'all really think we finna beat Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen in a Game 7 in Boston? I have zero confidence we finna win this game.
They didn't go up 3-1 on us.
No, they went up 3-2 on us.
No,
we won in Chicago.
It was a back-to-back series.
It was back-to-back. No, but
this ain't been back-to-back, dog.
No, but what I'm saying,
you know what's been back-to-back? That butt whooping we keep getting.
No, but what I'm saying is, right? Say because what it would take is the Bulls winning the next 2 games. Right? The Bulls winning the next 2 games. That's what it would take. You telling me, we've been doing this for over a year. You telling me Chicago wouldn't be right back in and say that this was a great series and these guys got beat and they fought back in it and they couldn't do that. And we already know.
Dog, hey, listen. Let's be real. Do you think I want the Bulls to go to the second round? Heck yeah. But do I want to do it at the expense of my team really just being so beat up that it jeopardizes next season? Heck no. Send that boy home. That boy hey, listen. Every time he take a jump shot, even Jamar said it. He got no lift. Why he ain't got no lift? Because that knee's gone.
He wouldn't be playing if he could make it worse. The Bulls wouldn't play him. Listen. The Bulls wouldn't play him knowing that they have to give him $200 million. Like I don't think Muggs think that the Bulls are as hamstringed as they really are. If you don't pay that boy and you say go on your merry way, you'll never get another free agent here as long as our.
That was an excellent take you made on Locked On Bulls with that. I give you that
Bro,
one.
you'll
I think
never
I think the
you'll
bad
never
take you
get a
had
double.
Locked On Bulls when you was like, who'd you get? Jacopoto? Jacopoto definitely changes this whole dynamic. That's
This
a whole different
series?
story.
Are you kidding me? Jacopoto changes this series?
Jacopoto does everything P. Will does and can shoot.
Oh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my god.
The Jacopoto love, bro.
Damn.
Hey,
damn,
hey,
damn.
you know what I love?
Hey, you gonna sit there? You know what? Hey, before you say, you know what Steph gonna say? But he gets dunked on. I saw P. Will, Vooch, and DeMar get dunked on multiple times. I don't care about getting dunked on.
no, I don't care about
Giannis
getting
is gonna
dunked
dunk
I
on you.
understand it.
Hey,
I
you guarding
understand
Giannis, you getting
bro.
dunked on. You dunk on Giannis, you definitely getting dunked.
You know what's the funniest dunk I saw last night? Giannis goes baseline and Io's there, right? I was like, oh, this is gonna end bad.
This might. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He pushes Io like this.
Hey, I had to double check it because kid normally sometimes kids say stuff with confidence and think we're gonna let it slide, and sometimes kid be right. So you got to double check it every time. What Jacopoto shoot, bro? Jacopoto don't shoot. I had to make sure I wasn't tweaking on this.
I'm like,
what you
He
mean?
ain't attempted a 3-pointer all series. Or not all series, all season. Or hold up, as I double down. In his career.
Jacopoto, I didn't say he can shoot threes. I said he can shoot. He has a decent mid range.
I gotta find Jacopoto.
He has a decent mid range.
I don't remember Jacopoto taking jump shots.
Do this. Let's do this collectively. You got a phone in your hand, Steph.
Yeah.
What is his shooting percentage?
Hold on, let me.
I just leave that at 65.
No, I want Steph to do
65% from the field.
65%, right? All I'm saying is this.
Yo.
How many shots does he take a game?
That's a good question. I clicked off the stats. I want to go see Jacopoto make jump shots.
I'm not saying no. Here's the thing. I'm not saying he's gonna take there and hit a bunch of threes and stuff like that. I'm saying that he gives us two things we need. He gives us a little more size, which we need.
He shot 61% from the field this year.
61.
He gives us a little more size.
Take 10 shots a game.
What does he give us on boards?
But that's not threes, dog. You know that's around the basket.
No, time out. What does he give us on boards?
10.
All right. What did I say we needed? We needed size and shooting. I didn't sit there and say I needed one or the other. I said trade Kobe White, who doesn't give me size.
P. Will gave you 10 and 10.
P. Will don't give me the same 10 and 10 Jacopoto.
Come on.
He don't. Jacopoto averages 10 and 10. What does P. Will average?
13 and 10. 13 and 10.
He averages what?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, 13 and 10. 13 and 10.
So what does P. Will average?
I was looking at 10 on the 2-point shots attempt.
What does P. Will average?
Let's see.
Damn. It's not like I get it.
I tell you this. His average got to be pretty good. He giving you 10 and 6 right now since he came back. No, that's just in the playoffs. What's he giving you on the season?
9 and 5.
14 and 6.
14 and 6 for the season? P. Will's 14 and 6 for the season.
Yeah, that's what it say right here. On StatMuse.
Oh, that
no.
Let's say, no, you dog. I just
it's last 5. Last 5 games, 14 and 6. 95 for the season this year.
What did I need? I needed a little more inside presence. I needed some boards, and I needed somebody who's gonna sit there and take some shots. If he's taking 10 shots and he's hitting 6 of them things, guess what? I'll take that.
But you know what shots is at?
He also gave you 20 and 10 in the last game.
Hey, Steph.
Blown out.
What? How many rebounds is Kobe White giving you?
None.
How
many points is Kobe White giving you right now?
That?
I said Kobe White for him because that's what. Did I not say Kobe White during the season?
You said Kobe White in the second. Hey,
Kobe White in the second.
But this is the thing.
They giving away Kobe White.
They offered that.
It's finna.
Them must said no.
No. They offered Kobe.
No, they offered the pick too.
They offered the second round pick.
They offered the second round pick too. They said no. Remember, you said I would have. You said you should have given me first already. Remember, you said when they was at the deadline, we heard that they were inquiring about him and they offered Kobe in the second, and you was like, they should have offered him first.
I didn't know that they offered the pick. I thought that. Oh, that's where the joke came from. Kobe White.
Yeah, you said they should have gave him the pick. That's where Kobe White in the second came from.
That's on me, baby. Okay.
Hey, C3. Kobe White and the bag of chicken cheese.
He said, "Don't do Kobe like that." Kobe did himself like that, baby. Kobe, I ain't got nothing. Hey, this is the thing, right? We're very different on this show. Me and Kid are. I don't mind people developing because when you see people develop, it's dope. When you see people develop, those players usually turn into that next level transcendent player, and you win. You usually don't just trade for that dude unless you got like that team already in place with that development piece. Kid be like,
hey,
you got a day.
Hey,
if you don't develop tomorrow,
it's
over.
Pat,
I want y'all to understand.
It's like
don't
this,
take me
though.
serious on football. Football,
it's so different.
Kinda
It's
be
so
joking.
different.
Basketball, I absolutely be going in on that one. Basketball is my thing. I don't like if y'all see me go head up with Pat on football, it's only because it's only on select things I know a little bit more about than the average person. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't really Pat won't pay a running back to save his life. Pat will sit there and have Ezekiel Elliott. If your name ain't Derrick Henry, you're not getting nothing.
Don't do it.
Hey, neither would the NFL. No, I will pay a running back. I pay Derrick Henry.
He'll pay, like I said, if your name ain't Derrick Henry, you ain't getting nothing.
The only two running backs he'll pay in NFL history is Derrick Henry and Marshawn Lynch.
No, I wouldn't pay Marshawn.
What?
I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't pay Stop.
I love Marshawn.
I know you, bro. I know my brother, man.
Hey, I know
my brother, man.
Y'all just get to hear me talk trash about basketball for more time. But when it comes to football, y'all just don't be paying attention. Y'all be saying some wild stuff, John.
I know my brother.
Because listen, I dislike how they went about forcing, like they cost themselves a championship because they wanted to make Russ the hero. I fully believe that. They cost themselves an NFL championship because they wanted Russell Wilson to get the game-winning touchdown to win the game so that he was the hero, so they could be like, we have to pay him and not Marshawn Lynch. But
I just got what he said.
P Kid, NBA 2 weeks, NFL 2 years.
It took me forever to realize what he talking about. Oh, I get it now.
But no, I fully believe they really wanted to force Russ to be the face so that they could justify, like, we have to pay this guy. We can't not pay Russell Wilson right now. Which, hey, listen, pay Russell Wilson. He's the better quarterback. I would have paid Russell Wilson over Marshawn regardless of that. I don't like how the Seahawks went about it. Because you're at the freaking one with a dude who has Beast in his nickname. There's a play.
To their credit, though.
Listen,
they had more downs.
There's a play in his history. Where his run was so electric, the crowd registered on the Richter scale for an earthquake. You put the ball in that man's hands and you tell him, get me one.
Y'all see that fact right there? Y'all see that right there? I would have never came up with that. I would have never came up with that.
That honestly would have solidified them as a dynasty. I ain't even gonna lie.
What?
And if you think about it, he runs that in. That's two. You get that with Brady. You almost win that.
It's 2 rings. Yeah, they would have been a dynasty.
If they do that, that's 3.
I don't even know who else won. I mean, I don't think there's been a recent one. Does Brady got a back-to-back? Brady's got a back-to-back.
No, Brady got a back-to-back in the 2000s.
Brady's got a back-to-back.
Brady's the last person.
They would have been the first person since Brady to get a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Who was that before Brady? Elway. Elway got back-to-back.
Oh, not back-to-back.
Elway got back-to-back.
Did Elway get back-to-back?
I thought it was San Fran Cowboys and then Denver.
You might be right. You might be
not
right.
my thing. Hey, listen.
You might be right.
If you ask me who won in the 90s in basketball, I'll tell you exactly who won in the 90s in basketball. 90s in football, I just remember somebody named Steve Young was doing some damage. Somebody named John Elway was doing some damage.
Hey, and if you ever forget it, just remember Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. Skip him.
Clap it up. But no, dog, I wouldn't have paid Marshawn though. I love Marshawn.
I'm surprised at you with that.
Marshawn
was how old?
Marshawn was how old at that point though? Marshawn was 31. Because he was
think
with the Bills before
was
that.
just turning 30
though.
He was with the Bills before that. Hey, listen.
Yeah, nah, he was just turning 30, I believe.
30 running back? Nah, you gotta go. I'll find you
Hey,
again.
Baka, you wild for that.
I'll find you again, but hey man, let's get into this last topic, man. We got a little bit of time left, so we got to get into this because we didn't I think we have difference of opinions on this, man. But getting back into a little bit of NBA, shout out to everybody that pulled up and showed love to the channel as well, man. Make sure that y'all
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
go,
Come on, push your button.
go ahead, push that button, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. We're also gonna have some content dropping on at 4:00 today. Some more draft breakdowns for some players the Bears should be looking at the second round, and even going a little bit deeper than that. So be on the lookout for that as well. And if you can't, so we found out what the issue is with YouTube. They only send y'all one video a day. So if you guys want to get the latest video, join up on the Discord. When the notification comes through, you'll be able to jump in on that as well, man. Here's the question for y'all, man.
Hey, Ricky, you know I was just joking, right?
Oh, what? Ricky, what Ricky mad about? Yeah, when you call a Hall of Famer someone named, I know nothing.
You know I was just joking, right? I know. I'm just trying to say I don't know nothing compared to what Pat knows about football. Because I mean, Pat be breaking down some stuff. The very clip we went viral on, the extended clip shows him breaking down what the coverage was, why that was a bad or why was a thing. I mean, hey,
Which one?
That extended clip of us throwing to Javon Williams, you was like, hey, he could have did this.
Yeah.
And you was breaking it down. I was like, what you talking about? At that point, I didn't know nothing.
I love Chicago guys. You've been just joking a lot.
I mean, guys, if you think I really think Scottie Pippen was a bus rider, I mean, he's just top 50 great.
Top 50 and 75. Wouldn't talk to Jordan though. But so here's the thing, right? We've seen a classic, surprising, I think, for most of us, collapse of the Brooklyn Nets. And to me, right, it seems like we're more so trying to point blame than give credit. First things first, I have to give credit. The Boston Celtics defensive system is ridiculous. What they're doing right now. Now, granted, I think it's because the refs are like, we're going to let y'all play. This is the playoffs. We're not doing the little.
God, they letting them
You're
play.
doing whatever you want to do because KD is absolutely getting beat up. By the way, did y'all see what Buddy did to Chris Paul last night? Like, these young dude, fam.
Not even that. Alvarado got him.
Young players in the NBA. Young players in the NBA do not respect the hit people that came before them no more. They said, we're done with that, bro.
I don't know if it's respect. I don't think they are afraid. They don't have the fear.
They don't have the fear. They don't have the fear.
They respect them.
The fear that I think that Stephen A. was trying to talk about, but it turned into like fighting. But dog, I don't care how old Michael Jordan was. You wasn't talking trash to Michael Jordan.
Because you knew Jordan was going to put them things on.
Because you knew Jordan was going to put them things on. He was going to hit you with 40. Like, you can't get put 40 on you by a 40-year-old.
But he absolutely put 40 on somebody at 40.
Yeah, a couple times. He got 2 40-point games in 40, don't he?
He got 1 50-point game.
1 50-point game too. Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
But no, what do you think has led to this? I heard y'all say, Steve Nash is the focal point, the reason that they're in this position. What are y'all thoughts on it?
You want to go first, kid?
Yeah, because I actually got a work hard to jump on. So honestly, it's the lack of depth. The simple fact that the other role players on the Nets aren't making shots. And the simple fact that Ime Udoka just basically said, hey, listen, we're going to let everyone else beat us. You're not going to beat us. And if you look at how they do it, watch the game. Watch when KD gets the ball. Everybody's looking at KD. They're going into a zone. They go from a man to a zone quick. And they keep switching in and out like that. You know who used to do that? Phoenix used to do that. Steve Nash Phoenix. They used to do that a lot. That's how they would trying to stop Kobe back in the day. Utah tried to do it with no, Utah couldn't do it with Mike. But Phoenix, go back and watch some old Phoenix games. They did a lot of that, and it's confusing. It gets on your nerves. It's hard for you to get to your space. And KD is still a 7-footer. He's not a guard. Like you can't do that against Kyrie because it's harder to stick Kyrie. But against a 7-footer, no matter how good his handle is, he's still 7 foot. He's still got that long wingspan. You can
Yeah.
still get up into him, and they're playing him real tough. And so that right there, just a masterclass in the defensive scheme. Real masterclass in the defensive scheme. I give them all the credit. I'm not going to sit here and be stupid and say, oh, KD's not showing up. No, KD is having a tough time. He's having a real tough time, and it's more along the lines of them just being good defensively, a coach knowing how to set his team up for have the best chance to win, and not about that player sucking. Like, I didn't look at LeBron. The only reason I clown LeBron is because LeBron had 18 points, and we got clear evidence of JJ Barea sticking that man several times.
I would never let him.
You ain't got Marcus Smart sticking KD talking about something, I'm locking him down. You don't have that.
You got Tatum on him.
It's
You
not
got
even
Jason
that. No,
Tatum,
that's
6'11".
Tice, dog. Tice starts on him at the 3 line.
Yeah,
And
but he
then after
has him
that,
catching it
anytime
at the
he moves
3.
in, that's when
and
they
then
definitely give him Tatum.
He's catching him at the 3, and behind him, look at the defense.
Oh, no.
By the time he gets past
That's
Tice,
what
he
I
has a
was
contest
saying
from
in the
Brown.
back.
He has a contest from that.
I know what they're doing.
The
I know what they're
scheme
doing.
is there.
I think the biggest issue. I will put this on Steve Nash as well.
Can I ask this one
Go ahead.
question to Kid? Because I know he gotta go.
Yeah.
What
We all got to go in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, but what like how much do you put this on Steve Nash for not drawing anything up for the others? Or more so
75%.
getting KD and Kyrie.
I mean,
some
Bruce
open.
Brown,
75%.
Bruce Brown eating.
Bruce Brown is eating off of all the plays breaking down.
That's true. I get you that. A lot of bounce outs. Let me put this back in.
He's doing all the little stuff.
He's doing the dirty work.
Yeah, you will want the player to do that, and he's living in that realm, and I'm happy for him. But they're making it really tough for KD. They're almost triple teaming him the way you look at it. They're running a double at Kyrie now because they don't want another 40 ball on their head. Kyrie could absolutely do that. But let's be real. He has to have people around him who can show up. If KD has one good game where he shows up, this opens it up. You know, if Seth Curry is hitting that 3 consistently, this opens it up.
Yeah.
None of that is really happening at a high clip right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, I can't sit there and say the players aren't great. You'd be stupid to say KD ain't great.
No, that's dumb.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, oh, I'm done with KD. Like, I know that the talking heads have to have a talking point, but come on, let's be real. The man still had a 20-point game, a 27-point game, and we saw how they were sticking him. No, it's not. He's not physically imposing, but he's never been physically imposing. His game, his style of game, the way he plays, they shut it down. Give him credit. Just give him credit. That's all it is.
To me, it's you have to.
I'm gonna still be tuning in, but I have to run, Joe.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
To me, right, the biggest issue here is that you don't have that guy that's gonna come in like Steve Kerr was and tell KD stop shooting. I watched multiple plays in that game where there were opportunities for KD to make a pass, and he didn't. Right? And maybe it's, hey, listen, I'm gonna take these shots, I'm gonna live by these shots, I'm gonna die by these shots. Okay. I'm almost cool with that, right? Because if you're taking a shot, that's fine. But we're getting to the point with KD where KD's not taking a shot. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to the point with KD where, like, Jason Tatum is playing him so closely and getting into his body so much that he's not taking a shot. And you saw the clip pop up with Steve Kerr talking about, hey, when we were in the first championship run, there's a clip of Michael Jordan trying to shoot us back into the games, but he's not taking good shots. They're going in, he's scoring, but he's not taking good shots that are getting people going. And so Phil Jackson comes to him and says, who's open? And instantly, KD on the Warriors starts passing the ball around. I don't think you have that with Steve Nash. I don't think you have that moment with Steve Nash, but I also think that's because of how the team is constructed. Whether we like it or not, right? Like, the only thing that I don't like that I heard yesterday was Kyrie say you can't replace what happened in October, or not playing since October, right? And for me, it's like, dog, that was your choice. And that was the organization's choice. And that was their choice to switch everything up with James Harden and stuff. Like the chemistry that was there, like, but either team I don't think that either one of these teams beats Boston, even if you got James Harden. I just don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough firepower. Not enough firepower, but I don't think they have enough of a system.
If you got James, I think this is a completely different series. But at the same time, like I'm with you. Like I feel like
I don't think it's a completely different series. I think you're in the same spot.
Nah, because you got 3 instead of 2. I mean, like I said, they're easier to guard when it's not all 3 of them a healthy 3. What do we say? They run the league. Two of them with Steve Nash not having a system, they're cut. KD is right now the break glass in case of emergencies type dude that ain't no but that people mug just don't want to admit. Yeah. He's not like Steve Nash is not drawing up any flare screens, no floppies, no nothing. And it's not just for KD and Kyrie. I'm just talking for everybody because when KD and Kyrie is catching the ball, these mugs are standing around.
You know what's tough for me for that on that though? I watched that team go to the finals with KD.
What team was that?
Scott Brooks wasn't drawing up no plays. Them boys just played.
Bro.
Yeah, like, I'm saying James Harden off of the bench. Russ just playing. Like they wasn't drawing up nothing. Like I'm gonna be real with you, right? I give more credit to Boston for what's happening than I give flack to Brooklyn.
And they deserve credit, bro.
I don't want this to be like, hey, like they're not Brooklyn is playing poorly for sure. But I'm not taking away
that comment right there back here.
Who was on that team that was better? James Harden, Russ, and KD.
James Harden, Russ, KD, Serge Ibaka, Jeff Green.
Jeff Green, man. But I forgot about Serge. I give you that. I give you Serge.
Steven Adams.
I like Steven Adams. Well, come on, dog. Steven Adams giving you the same production as Claxton right now. Listen, I love Steven Adams. I love to see him in the Bulls jersey. Come on, Steven. It's whatever you want it to be. But come on. No, Serge is the one I forgot about. I will give you that one. But the big thing for me is with what we're seeing from Brooklyn is that there's a lot of, even from Kyrie, from KD, from all of them, there's a lot of one-on-one. I got to do this. I got to make this happen. I got to get to the paint. And yeah, we want the other guys to do more, but I mean, listen, Seth Curry took 8 shots. He was 4 for 8. He was 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. You got to get him the ball for him to take them. And I feel like the Brooklyn Nets are, instead of like how the Warriors did it, where they were like, KD, get everybody involved, and then you cook. You can cook at any point. Stay aggressive, but we know what you can do. We need everybody else to be able to do it. You're seeing from the word go, KD, get a bucket. Get a bucket ain't working right now. And that's credit to Jason Tatum's defensive. Let me tell you, the improvement he's made defensively. That's credit to that. That's credit to the defensive scheme they've put in place. I think there's a lot of it that goes into how the series is being called. But I mean, at the same time, like it's not like KD hasn't shot a ton of free throws in this series. What do you have in game? He only shot 2 in the last game.
Game 2, I think.
But game 2, he shot what, 30 free throws?
And 18 for 20.
18 for 20. It was a crazy. Oh no, both teams shot 30 free throws. But at that point, it's a crazy number, right? Like, so it's not like KD's not getting in. I get the being aggressive, but I don't give flack to what the Nets are doing right now. Like, yeah, are they underwhelming? For sure. Are they not playing as well as we thought they would? Sure. But I give more credit to Boston's defense. By the way, the number 1 defense in the NBA the second half of the season. Over these guys can't play. Now, I do think Steve Nash probably ends up getting fired. And I'll tell you this right now before we get up out of here. I'm glad that athletes are saying it. And now it's okay to say it, because when we said it, right, it was, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Ben Simmons ain't weak. He's having mental issues. He's not doing this. He can't figure this out. But now the athletes say it, right, it's okay to say it. Ben Simmons is weak. Ben Simmons is soft. Ben Simmons is Charmin.
I try. And that's the thing, bro. I tried to be that dude. Hey, bro.
I told y'all from
now he
I
good.
told y'all
Watch,
from
he's
the
gonna come.
word go.
Just
Ben
say that
Simmons
you're not
changes this
coming back,
series.
dog. Just
Ben
say that you're
Simmons
not coming
changes
back.
this series, bro.
Cause that was dumb.
Ben Simmons don't change a goddamn thing but the sheets at home. I told y'all, he got to show me. He got to show me. You not mentally ready?
Dog,
You better
my
come out.
thing is
Hey,
just say that
listen.
you're
At
not
that point,
playing.
you better come out next year win MVP.
Just say that you're
Because
not
right
playing.
now, I guarantee you, Brooklyn turned on him.
You come back and say my back hurt instead of just saying that you're not playing in the set. You came back and I'm fine, but we going out there.
Bro, I'm telling you this
back.
right now. Brooklyn has turned on him.
I'm good. I'm cool, bro.
Brooklyn,
I'm cool. You
think Brooklyn is one of the toughest places in the United States? You really think
you got it, bro.
you gonna just come back in there and they just gonna be like, yeah, it's all sunshine and rainbows out here. You left our boys out here to get worked out. What are we talking about right now? Like, dog, hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm glad the Celtics are moving on. I wanted this to be more of a series, but they actually looked outmatched. And I think that's the part that's sad for me with it. They looked outmatched, that they weren't able to get it going, man. So I wanted this to be we got Memphis and Minnesota. We got Memphis and Minnesota. Shout out the kid. He said it was going 7. It looked like it might go 7.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, he sat out the entire season, bro. That's crazy to me. Biggest finesse job of the year.
And my man is trying to be the Bobby Bonilla of the league, bro.
Biggest finesse job of
give
the
me
year.
my biggest finesse job and give me my 20 M's. Give me my 20 M's while I'm doing it.
That's hilarious, man. Hey, we finna get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always, man. Steph, you got anything to leave them on, my boy?
Hey, man, get outside. Get outside. It's a nice day. That's 1. 2. Please. Be safe. Be safe, fellow.
All right, man. Hey, as always, man, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate Kid for pulling up, and always joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stefan the Don. Hey, yo, Chicago, y'all stay safe out there, man. Hit that like button. Be on the lookout for new content dropping at 4. Make sure y'all join up in the Discord so you can get the notification as well. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace. There you go.